Rory Story.
A channel. Two adolescent girls named Toru Aiki and Run Momoki have been best friends since childhood. After taking their entrance exams, Toru successfully managed to get enrolled into the same high school that Run is attending. She decides to go tell her friend the big news, only to come at a bad time to find out Run and her new classmate Yuko Nishi have gotten themselves involved in an embarrassing situation, which begins to make things a bit awkward but funny on the first day of school, as Toru begins fending off other people, including boys, who might show their interests in Run, while Yuko and their other friend, Nagi Tenochi, start dealing with Run's own penchant for drama. As Run, Nagi and Yuko begin the sophomore year while Toru begins her freshman year, their exciting high school life filled with drama, humor and adventure begins for the four friends during their everyday lives. A Little Snow Fairy Sugar. The story is based around 11-year-old Saga Bergman, a young girl in a small German town called Muhlenberg, based on real town of Rothenburg ob der Tauber. Saga lives with her grandmother Regina and works in a coffee shop when not in school. Saga is extremely structured and plans her life down to the minute. One day, she notices a tiny creature in a fluffy outfit that appears to be starving. She offers it a waffle, which helps revive the tiny creature. Saga learns that this tiny creature is Sugar, an apprentice season fairy. Sugar explains that season fairies alter the weather by playing a magical musical instrument, and her specialty is snow, which she creates by playing the piccolo. Sugar is joined by two more apprentice season fairies, Salt, an outgoing male fairy who plays the trumpet to make the sun shine more brightly, and Pepper, a quiet and caring female fairy who plays the harp to make the wind blow. All three apprentices are shocked at the realization that Saga can see them, since humans are not supposed to be able to see season fairies. Pepper speculates that exceptional humans might be able to see them, which is the best possible explanation. Sugar tells Saga that the three have been sent to Earth to train as full-fledged season fairies, and to do that they must find Twinkles. Sugar moves into Saga's bedroom and sets up residence, much to the consternation of the superstructured Saga. Saga is a well-meaning, intelligent and highly organized girl who feels compelled to look after the childish, loud and irresponsible Sugar, who is incapable of looking after herself. The story is complicated further with the arrival of three adult season fairies, Turmeric, a cloud fairy, Ginger, a rain fairy, and the Elder, the leader of the season fairies, and two more apprentices, Cinnamon, a hail fairy, and Basil, a thunder fairy. With the highly disruptive presence of Sugar, Saga's life goes haywire. Her friends Norma and Anne think that she is losing her mind, and her teacher, Miss Hannah, is worried that her best student is acting strangely. Not at all concerned with her strange behavior is Greta, an egotistical rich girl who considers Saga to be her rival, and Phil, a goofy inventor who keeps trying to persuade Saga to help him with his experiments, if he is not already busy building and trying out his latest device. AACHI Wa CPAC. Somewhere in the future, mankind has depleted all energy and fuel sources, however they have somehow engineered a way to use human excrement as fuel. To reward production, the government hands out extremely addictive popsicle-like juicy bars to citizens, which in turn also makes them constipated. AACHI and CPAC are street hoodlums who struggle to survive by trading black market juicy bars. Through a chain of events involving their porn director acquaintance Jimmy the Freak, they meet a porn star named Beautiful, who gets a pink ring inside her butt which makes her defecations rewarded by exceptional quantities of juicy bars. For that reason, Beautiful is also wanted by the violent blue mutants known as the Diaper Gang, led by the Diaper King, the police, most notably the cyborg police officer Gecko, and others. A sister's all you need. The story follows the novelist Itsuki Hashima, who is surrounded by various people, including a beautiful genius writer who loves him, a big sisterly college classmate, a fellow male writer, a sadistic tax accountant, and his editor. As the story progresses, the underlying conflicts of dreams and goals surface, as each character attempts to achieve the dreams, in their own way. One such example is the rivalry between author Itsuki and his friend Haruto. Itsuki's stories are driven by a passion for stories about little sisters with praise from a selective yet strongly supportive fan base, whereas Haruto's stories are given by victory and romance through more common, yet popular cliches. Each of the stories are riddled with common light novel themes and concepts, such as romantic comedy elements and erotic illustrations. They are all looked after by Itsuki's younger brother, Chihiro, who in fact is his younger stepsister. Abenabashi Mao Shoutengai. Childhood friends Arumi and Sashi are residents of the Abenabashi commercial district in Abeno-ku, Osaka. After an accident, they find themselves transported to an alternate sword and sorcery world. Their attempt to get back to reality finds them traversing a series of nonsensical worlds built on science fiction, war, fantasy, dating sim games and American movies. Each alternate Abenabashi is a surreal manifestation of Sashi's otaku interests, populated by analogues of the protagonist's relatives and acquaintances and a blue-haired stranger known as Yutis. The quest to return home is at core a Bildungsroman because the Abenabashi dimensions are mostly hobby worlds of increasing sophistication. Sashi does not want to go home, and in fact is the sole force that is propelling him between worlds. While chasing a cat in the first episode, Arumi's grandfather fell off a roof and was hospitalized. With this new trauma pressuring him in addition to his apprehension about the eventual destruction of the shopping arcade and the Asahinas moving away, Sashi was no longer willing or able to cope with reality, and unbeknownst to even himself, he had caused the dimension to rewrite itself into worlds echoing his escapist obsessions.